As the #1 trading partner with the United States, more than $800 billion worth of goods and services cross the U.S.-Mexico border every year. And with that much economic activity, there is plenty of room for corruption. As a result, the Trump administration has sent the Deputy Secretary of Labor to the border to see what is happening for himself.
First and foremost, it's really important to get out of D.C. When you're in these jobs, you can stay in D.C., but you don't see what's going on the ground.
Taking a tour of the not yet completed border crossing at Otay East, the Deputy Secretary of Labor Keith Sonderling and County Supervisor Jim Desmond are shining a light on a border issue we don't often talk about. Businesses on our side of the border are preying on vulnerable immigrants by paying them dirt wages.
What we're seeing is that there's Mexican businesses here lawfully operating in the United States, and they're using Mexican workers and then not paying them the proper United States wage rate. And that's a problem because not only does it harm them, but it harms the local economy. And that's what the Department of Labor is here to make sure that everyone that's working here in the U.S. is getting paid properly and no one's being undercut.
During the last year of the last administration, there was something like 150,000 immigrants dropped off on the streets of San Diego. Just dropped off. Some of those people are still in the region, either starting a new life or working off their debts to the cartels.
So we had 155,000 people just dropped here in San Diego County. We have no idea, how many of them, left. Most of them did, I will tell you that. But a lot of them stayed here. We got to make sure that, particularly here along the border, that we're protecting workers and we're making sure people don't get human trafficked or forced into jobs and they're being paid, in Mexican wages on our side of the border.
And our side of the border is booming these days as the new border crossing gets closer to completion. With the potential for thousands of good jobs in the future, the U.S. Labor Department wants to make sure those workers get paid a fair and legal wage. Businesses that are paying anything less will be targets of legal action, not only under immigration laws, but the labor laws as well.
We're seeing this is just a massive buildup of commercial buildings and industrial buildings here along the border. And we want to make sure that Americans are getting these jobs and keeping these jobs, and that bad actors are not hiring people from Mexico and paying them in pesos or paying them in lower wages. We want to make sure we protect American jobs.
We need to make sure that American workers are getting the first crack at these jobs and that the human trafficking stops from Mexico. And that's really important for us.
Dan Plant, Fox 5 News.